this is Tina Rappe. Thanks for joining me in my Stampin' Studio. So here's the card we're going to be making today. It uses some of the new in colors and some new products. So let's go ahead and get started. So the supplies that you're going to need for this is a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is the thick Whisper White cardstock. It is cut 11 inches by 4 1/4. I scored it at 5 1/2. A piece of So Saffron cardstock, and this is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then some scraps of Pear Pizzazz, some scraps of the new Flirty Flamingo, and some scraps of the Peakaboo Peach. And the stamp set that we're using is Marquee Messages. This one is awesome. So many cute things you can do with it. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to use one other piece of cardstock that we need, which is a piece of regular Whisper White cardstock. It's 2 1/2 by 2 inches. And on this, I'm going to use the Memento Ink. And from the Marquee Messages, I'm going to use the stamp that says It's Your. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that right in the middle, like that. And then using some of the Stampin' Right markers, I'm going to go ahead and color the letters in. And so again here, I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz, Flirty Flamingo, and the Peakaboo Peach. And I'm just alternating colors here. And this is going to help to tie the whole card together. And then let's get this one. Okay, so we've got that colored in, and I'm going to set that aside. And then with some of the different scraps here, like this, I'm going to use this image. And if we look at the card itself, you can see here, I stamped it on the Pear Pizzazz, here on the Flirty Flamingo, and here on the Peakaboo Peach. I didn't want to have to clean in between, so I'm actually using the VersaMark ink pad. And with this, I'm going to ink up certain parts of the image. So on the Pear Pizzazz, I am doing this top portion here. And the VersaMark, if you're not familiar with it, gives a tone-on-tone appearance there. On the Flirty Flamingo, I'm using the bottom portion, so I'm going to get that inked up, stamp that on here. Oh, I didn't cut that piece quite long enough. Let me get out a new scrap. There we go. Pick that up again. Thought my scrap was big enough, but obviously it wasn't. Okay, so we've got that. And then lastly, this portion right here, I'm going to do that in the Peakaboo Peach. Okay. Then, with my trusty paper snips, I'm going to go ahead and cut each of these images out. Okay, so now we have those 3 pieces, and that's what's going to make this. All right, so if you look really carefully, I left the little tip here, and this fits right on top of it. So what I'm going to do, let me grab my snail. There it is. All right, and on the back side of this arrow, I'm going to put some adhesive and match that right up here, like that. And then on this part, we've got this part, which coordinates here. So again, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of that. And this is just to get things in position. That's all you need to worry about with this here to begin with. Let's get this back on. And then this part is going to tuck underneath like that. All right, well, for Pete's sake. That's there, and this is underneath. Oh, trust me, it's nowhere near this hard. I just can't get, it's sticking to my finger and not to the paper. So here we are on the back side. Let me go ahead and get that on there. Okay, then what's going to happen is this frame that we've just created is going to get popped up with dimensionals there. So with my dimensionals now, I'm going to put them on these areas to help hold this all together a little bit more. And then here, and one about here. Get the backing off of those. There we go. And then we're just going to go ahead and frame that up like that, okay? So as I said, nowhere near as difficult as I was making it out to be. I'm going to set this aside for a minute, and the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use that piece of So Saffron, and I'm going to use the Confetti embossing folder. And this is one that has a oval in the center that does not get any embossing on it. So I just want to center that on here, there, and grab the Big Shot. So we've got that, and get this layer on here, and we'll go ahead and crank that through. Move this back out of the way. So here we've got that pretty texture going on. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this. And it's actually going to cover up that oval part there. So I am going to put adhesive on the Whisper White portion of this. And then I'm going to grab some more dimensionals and put on the colored cardstock areas where I don't already have dimensionals poking out. All right, so maybe one more here. Good. And then this will stick onto the So Saffron piece. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing. Now that we finally got this all together, I forgot I need to stamp birthday on here. Let me pull these parts apart, get the dimensionals off. See, sometimes on video, it looks like things go so smoothly. Sometimes I can edit it, and other times I can't. So you get to see my little boo-boos, but they're nothing permanent, and hey, that's life. So now I'm going to use the birthday portion here. And again, the Memento Ink and stamp birthday. All right, back to the assembly. So I'm going to stick this back on the card and see if I can get this tucked in where it needed to go, and we will have it all saved. Like that, like that. We're good. All right, so that's on there. And then the card base itself. So here I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive all over this. Because it's textured, I like to use more adhesive than normal, just because it helps that whole thing to stick down there. All right, and then the balloon builder punch. I'm going to use the bigger balloon here, and I'm going to punch out. Actually, I'm going to use the small one on the Peakaboo Peach, and I'm going to use the larger balloon on the Flirty Flamingo. Good. And then I've cut a couple pieces. These are about 3 inches long of the Whisper White Baker's Twine, and I'm going to use a glue dot. I'll stick that right on the end of that Baker's Twine, and then attach this to the back of a balloon. Okay, so then it looks like that's holding it and tying it. And we're going to do the same thing with the other one. a few more dimensionals. And let's go ahead and put this on. And this other little one. And then the final embellishment on this is with the rhinestones. And with these, I'm going to take them and put them all the way around the little lights of this marquee. So I'm probably going to speed up the video here because I don't imagine this is going to be super exciting to watch me do, but I think it really just finishes this off adorably. So here we go, speeding up, and then I'll show you the finished project again in just a minute. So there we go, we're done with the card. All the little sparkles on it, and I love all of the new product here that we've used on this. It's really a fun card. Well, I hope you enjoyed your visit today, and I'd love to have you come back another time. Thanks, and happy stamping.